Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Monster Hunter Wilds video. In this video, we are aiming to be the one-stop shop for any info within the Gravios gameplay and from the articles that were released alongside these videos. Starting with the bow, the bow. If you watch my reaction, you will see my initial reaction to the bow. But this bow is from the same monster that the switch axe armor and weapon from its dedicated video is from. The same monster that we still know nothing about. I believe this is some kind of praying mantis personally, but who freaking knows? I've tried to gather as much information as I can, but the bow is pretty hard to pull much information from to tell me about what this monster is. It's not like it's a kazoo bow where it's straight up his mouth. It's a little hard to tell. I do find the quiver to be most interesting as it appears to have these ridges on it. I have no idea what this indicates, but it is different to the leathery and pincery look that we get from the switch axe and, of course, the monster's armor. This bow also sounds noticeably different to other bows that we've heard in Wilds before. Take a listen. This sound is coming from when you knock the arrow into the bow or when you initially shoot the bow, and definitely not the sound of impact. Trust me, we were talking about this bow for like 30 minutes on stream. I've looked at everything I possibly can. But this really doesn't sound like anything I've heard from a bow before, but man, I am so excited to learn about this monster. My theory is that we're going to be seeing an ice region and this monster will be an apex or something, maybe around the time that the beta goes live, which will coincide with the end of the IGN first footage coverage. I don't know. But whatever it is, I bet it's going to be something a little bit weird. Sticking with weapons, the next thing that we see are the Lagiacrus dual blades, which you can see from the paralysis effects coming off of the weapon, but also there is fluffy white bits around the handles, which of course means it's from our favorite new spider, Lagiacrus. These look absolutely fantastic. I just love the little look of running around with two sickles. I think that just looks really cool. Next, let's go on to monsters. We get to see Rathian. We knew Rathian was in the game, and we have had a teeny weeny sneak peek at her, but really nothing at all. So it was great to see more of her. So we get to just see her in this blue area, so we don't really get to see what her colors look like, because if you're green in a largely blue area, you don't get to really see very much. But I love the patterns. You can see her patterns very obviously. And they also get joined by Lagiacrus to create some kind of monster party. Lagiacrus does end up showing Gravios who's who, but Gravios is currently, during this point, missing a tail and very beat up. So I won't judge Gravios based on this. We also got to see that upon breaking a part of Gravios, we can see a heavy carapace on the floor. Picking this up gives us 1 out of 2 heavy explosion pods, and when you fire it at Gravios, at least, it does 80 damage times 4 to Gravios's wing, and breaking that wing, which then also does drop another tough carapace fragment. These are another example of the super powerful slinger ammo that can drop from monsters and be used against them. We see this in the beta when you can fight Raydao. He drops like a heavy piercing pod, and these are always so incredibly fun to use. Next, I want to go over some interesting things from the IGN article. First of all, we straight up got confirmation that Basarios isn't returning. If you started in World, you may be familiar with Basarios from Monster Hunter Rise. He was not in World, but he was in Rise. And Basarios is basically the immature version of Gravios. So this did make a lot of people go, oh, does that mean Basarios will be in the game? No, he will not. In the article talking about Gravios, we got to learn that he does have a new laser move, which is the one where he shoots the beam of fire into the floor, which looks really cool. And Gravios has also adapted a new move, which is a poison gas attack. This was previously exclusive to the juvenile form Basarios, but due to Basarios not being in the game, Gravios now has that attack, which makes sense because Gravios is a grown-up form. It makes sense that he would have the same attack. So they did indeed choose to just have Gravios, and he has the sleep, poison, and fire. In another IGN article talking about the process of creating monsters and deciding where they should appear in the game, gives us some interesting information on a fan favorite. Side note, I really do recommend reading through these articles in full or checking out the livestream VOD where I just will read it to you, because hearing these devs speak so passionately about Monster Hunter is just always wonderful. Anyway, the dev team is asked, so then, which monster's comeback is most awaited out of those that haven't made an appearance yet in Wilds? To which Tokura-san instantly responds with Lagiacrus, saying that Lagi is a monster that has been constantly asked to return and is one of his favorites. Check out this direct quote. There are a lot of difficulties, such as the fact that we haven't had aquatic battles or action ever since Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, of course, but we've heard everyone's voices loud and clear, and I want fans to know that I want it to make an appearance just as much as anyone. Me and a lot of people in the community have been wondering if Lagiacrus would make a return in Wilds for a while now, but seeing this makes me fully believe that Laggy will return in Wilds, even though we don't have underwater combat. Here is some of my reasoning. Uthduna is a monster that manages to feel very much so like a water-based fight against a monster that's not actually underwater, and shows us how well that can be done. 2, we now know due to seeing Balahara that the Monster Hunter team have been able to fix the issue that they ran into in World with the Leviathan skeleton. For those who don't know, the problem with Leviathans in World was that they would drag a big portion of their body through the ground, and that caused a lot of problems with animation and physics interaction. And they just couldn't manage to fix it in time for World, and that's why we didn't have any Leviathans. Well, this has been fixed. We know this has been fixed because Balahara exists. So what a perfect time to bring back a Monster Hunter dev team favorite and a fan favorite in Wilds, the title that seems to be the ultimate Monster Hunter game. This obviously isn't a complete confirmation that Lagiacrus is coming back with Wilds, but it's all lining up to make this just the best possible time for him to return. Finally, I want to talk about something from the first article of the week, which was about cooking, that told us about an entirely new way that we will be interacting with the local people of this game. In Wilds, we will be invited to feasts by the people of various villages throughout the world, invited to taste their delicacies, and through the type of foods we are presented with, learn about the culture of those specific people. They specifically mentioned that the people of the Oil Well Basin are surrounded by rather unique monsters, so the dishes they prepare from these monsters are quite novel. Please don't make me eat Galvatron. He's so cute. Look at this. I can't eat him. He's so cute. Please tell me they don't eat them. But the part of the article that I truly found fascinating was this. You can continue to deepen your relationships with people in settlements even after you've completed the main story. Being offered food by them isn't a one-time thing, and they'll come to invite you to eat every now and then. Accepting these invitations will provide you with powerful food buffs that last for a long time, so even from a gameplay perspective, you'll receive more frequent offers by creating stronger bonds with villagers. Also, while it is possible for you to gather local ingredients yourself, trading with locals can allow you to get lots of cheese. We've intentionally designed the game so that changes in your relationships that take place through food help deepen the world. Now, of course, this doesn't seem like a full-blown relationship system where you're deepening bonds Persona style, but I absolutely love that getting to know the local people, joining them in feasts, sharing their culture, not only enhances your experience by just immersing you deeper into the world, but it also has actual effects on gameplay by giving you stronger, longer lasting buffs. And that is it for my video surrounding Gravios and all of the articles and gameplay surrounding Sir Gravios. If you did enjoy the video, please do leave it a like, subscribe for more Monster Hunter Wilds, because we are going to be going nutty nuttery buttery when Wilds is here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.